Hello friends, this is Moin again from Rizwan's Kitchen. Today I am going to show you the most easiest, the simplest recipe there is, and it is for Khatti Dal. You can make this dish, spread it all over your white rice or dip it into a piece of bread, and it goes really well with a lot of things. It doesn't take a whole lot to make, and this is one dish that I can safely say that when I have a lot going on and I'm unable to cook a lot, this is the dish I crave. I mean, it's a simple thing that I just make with rice and have it. One of the stories is that when I used to work the night shift, I used to work nights, take class in the morning, come home, take some rest, and then go, take an evening class and then go back to work. So the 5 days of my week went kind of like that, and the nights that I had off, I would come home, I would be tired obviously, and grab some fast food or whatever, and headed for dinner. But the craving for this particular dish was sometimes would be so strong that even though I've had that dinner and I go to bed, I'd get up at like 3 in the morning to make this, so that I could have it with rice, and then after that, craving was finished. I'd sleep for hours, and I'd sleep like a baby. So this is something. It's called Khatti Dal. Once again, if I didn't mention it in the beginning of the video, but it's called Khatti Dal, and this is one of my very favorite, most simplest dish you can make. And today I'm going to show you how to do that. So I have here some red split lentils here. You need about 3 cups here if you want to make this for let's say about 10 to 12 people. Usually I would just use 1 cup here, but today we're making it for some other folks as well, so I'm going to use about 3 cups here. And as you can see here, all I'm going to do is, I already have a cup in water here. I'm going to dump this one here as well, and then I'm going to take another cup. By the way, this is called masoor dal in Hindi. If in Hindi and Urdu, this is called masoor dal, if you are curious about that. So I'm going to take another cup here, and I'm going to put it in this water here. Now I have about 3 cups in here in 32-ounce water, and basically what this is that I'm just going to then take it and I'm going to wash these lentils here, just so as you can see, they're turning white. So there's some stuff in here that comes out as you're washing it, to just clean it up a little bit. And then what I'll do is I'll drain this water, and then fill it up again with again 32 ounce of water here. So while I drain this here, let's see here, mix it up really nice here, so all of the whatever it is that's in there, all of that comes out, and then we have clean lentils here. Okay friends, so we are back, and I've just drained the water that I had put in here earlier, and I now have another 32 ounces of water that I'm gonna put in here. Well, some of it went on the counter here, but that's okay. So I'm gonna put that in here. So for 3 cups, you need about 32 ounces of water. And we're gonna add some tomatoes to it. So tomatoes leave some water in there too. So, but this, we'll see what the end product looks like. So for 3 cups of lentils, I have 32 ounces of water, and I have about 5 Roma tomatoes chopped here. Now, you can do 3 or 4. It depends on how strong you want the flavor to be. But I always use 5 when I do 3 cups of lentils here. So I'm just gonna dump this in here. That's it, simple. I'll dump it in here, and then turmeric. I'll take turmeric here, and about a half a teaspoon of turmeric is what's gonna go in here. And turmeric is one of those spices that you really want to balance. You don't want to put too much in there, because otherwise it's just going to taste like that. It's a really strong spice, but it's a really good spice, my favorite. So you want to make sure with the 3 cups of lentils, 5 Roma tomatoes, 32 ounces of water. You only use about a half a teaspoon of the turmeric. And then about a half a teaspoon of the red peppers here. The red chili powder, red pepper. And about the same for salt. Put some salt in here. Then again, it's to your taste. If you want it saltier, you can do that. But at Rizvan's Kitchen, we tend to use less salt here when we make our dishes. So that's why I just use half a teaspoon there. So now that we have these simple 3 spices, turmeric, salt, and red chili powder. To that, we're gonna take some, we have some of the, this is not mint leaf, this is curry leaves. Curry leaves you can find in the store. If you don't have it, that's okay. You can just substitute it with this coriander or cilantro, and you just put it in here. And then we're just gonna take this pot, bring it right to the stove, and let it cook. And I'll be back to show you how that's done. Thank you. Okay friends, so as you can see, I brought the pot here to the stove here. The things that we have put it in there, I'm just gonna mix it really well. And as you can see here, everything is mixed in really well. And we have just the perfect amount of water and perfect amount of tomatoes and some spices here. Very easy dish. You put those things in here. You're gonna basically put this for high flame until this starts to boil, and then once it's boiling, you give it a nice stir, and then put it on low heat until the liquid consistency is what you want. If you really want it thicker, you can keep stirring, let some of that water in there evaporate. If you want to leave it a little bit more liquidy, you can just turn it off after a few minutes. So we'll go through all of that steps. For right now, we're gonna wait until this pot here comes to boil, and we'll be back when that is happening. Once again, this is Khatti Daal, and if you guys haven't been watching our videos before, I introduced this spoon here in my last videos. This is my favorite spoon. I've had it for about 10 years. A lot of tasty dishes came out of this, and I still love this guy. So thank you. Okay friends, we're back. So now you see it's on high flame. Our Khatti Dal is boiling here. So I am going to go ahead and give this a nice stir. As you can see, they're still not liquidy, but it'll get there. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna lower the heat to medium and just let this cook here. Once again, it doesn't, and I'm gonna cover it up here. It doesn't take really that long to make this, and like I said, if you wanted to leave it to the consistency that's there, that's fine, but we want it a little bit more soupier kind of a dal, so that's why we're gonna let it cook on medium heat a little bit more here. In the meantime, this is when you hear the word tadka, this is basically what that's doing is you're frying up some in about, what I have here is about 3 tablespoons of oil, and then I'm gonna fry some of cumin seeds here with some chilies here, and when that is fried, what I'm gonna do is when that becomes the liquidy consistency that I want, I'm going to put that in there. That's going to bring the flavor to a level where without this, Khatti Dal is not possible. This is what you need to do. So when you hear the word tadka, and if you're ever in India and you hear the word dal tadka, tadka means that they're gonna be doing this step here, which is to mix with most of the water, some oil with some fried cumin seeds and some fried red chili peppers. Again, you can completely skip this step, but we like to do it to give it the authentic Hyderabadi Indian Khatti Dal taste that you will probably only find in Hyderabad, India, and it's a common household item. So we'll be back when we have the consistency on the dal. Okay, friends, so we're back here. Now I've had the dal cooking here on medium flame for about 4 minutes here, and as you can see, now this is really the consistency I want here. But as you can see that we can still see some lentils in there. But this is where I want to stop with my consistency, so I don't want to cover it up anymore and let the water evaporate anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this tool. I don't know what it's called, but I'm going to take this and I am going to start mashing here. As you can see, all of the tomatoes are gone pretty much, and once I get done with this, all of the lentils are going to be mashed and they're going to be liquidy, and that's what we want in a khatti dal. We don't want to leave any solids there. We want to make sure that this is a curry type, more soupier side. So we're going to continue to do this, stir it here for well, I guess as long as it takes, but usually when I do this for about 5 minutes here, the dal, as you can see, it's already turning into like more of a soupier consistency here, and we'll just continue to do that for a few more minutes. Okay, friends, so we're back here. As you can see, our dal has taken shape of a soupier thing, soupier consistency here. Now I'm going to turn this frying pan on with where I have the cumin seeds and red chilies here. That's gonna fry for a little bit, and what we're going to do is when this is ready, we're going to turn that flame off on the dal and then put this in here. Now please make sure when you're performing this step, you don't have kids nearby or anything, because it's going to when you mix water with oil, you know what happens. It's gonna spray here. And usually what I do is when I'm dumping this, I'll cover this here, have my pan here, and dump it in here so it doesn't splatter on my face as well. So we'll be back with that step here soon. Okay, friends, so we're back here. As you can see, this has been frying here. Now make sure when you're doing this stuff that you have your fan on, because it's gonna get smoky in here. But I guarantee you, if you perform this step, it's gonna give the flavor to the dal that it's just gonna be out of the world. So now that, as you can see, it's coming out here, it's steaming here. Usually I will cover this and then dump this in there, but just to perform this step in front of you, I'm not going to cover it. Again, you'll see why you would want the kids to be away from the stove at this stage. There you go. I'm gonna dump this in the dal. Okay, so it did splatter, but not as much. But then again, it's always good to be safe. Or maybe I'm just becoming such a professional here that I know exactly what to do here and how to not make the thing splatter. I don't think I have anything to do with it. It's just it didn't happen as much as I was expecting. But there you go. So long story short, here we have khatti dal. The most popular, simple to make dish from Hyderabad, India. What I do is here, I take this here, I make some white rice, and then just cover it up with this dal, and I can just have that every single day. And it would be safe to say, if I was stuck on an island, these are the two things I would want. If I was all there by myself, the khatti dal and just plain rice is what I would want to have. Once again, this is Moin from Rizwan's Kitchen. Hopefully you like this recipe here. Please leave a comment on our YouTube video here. Let me know if I'm going too fast for certain things. I kind of get very excited when I'm showing things here, so I don't know if I'm making sense or not. But again, if I can improve, please leave a comment, and I will work on that. This is Khatti Dal. All it takes is a few tomatoes, red lentils, some water, a little bit of turmeric, a little bit of chili peppers, the chili powder, a little bit of salt, and it's all done. Now, to add some additional flavor to it, you can add some coriander, some curry leaves if you have it available, and then at the end you would do the final step with the tadka, which is to fry the cumin seeds and then the red chili peppers for about 3 to 4 minutes, and then mix it in with the dal. So very simple. Took me about 10 minutes here. I know the video is a little bit longer, but I had, I was explaining things here, so that's why it took longer. But usually I can make this in about 10-15 minutes and have a wonderful meal. Thank you. This is Moin from Rizvan's Kitchen. Please give us a thumbs up if you like this video and subscribe to our channel. Bye bye.